Alright, so I'm going to try and explain my setups for the new Chapter 3 skip. It is very hard, even with setups. It is just not an easy trick, but I'll do my best. Alright, so first off is going to be we need to get to the top of the level in this tunnel, and so we need to build up some speed. I'm going to do that with some flips here and do it poorly. Okay, I'm going to try that again because I want to show like the ideal scenario for the more consistent method of getting the first set part of the skip, and that's going to be, this is not easy, but this is also probably still the easiest part of this skip. Alright.
You're joking, right?
Yes, Breakdown.
That's fine.
For my sparkling sense of humor. Now get moving before I
There we go.
dismantle you
Now I'm on
myself.
top. That still wasn't perfect, but this isn't too bad. So if you are in the top half of this section, so if you're somewhere between right about here-ish and the top, maybe a little bit lower, maybe like right about here-ish, like between these two pillars. Well, actually, probably if you're somewhere over here, about when you land, you want to go up to the top, and that's because the place that we're going to jump off from, we need to be at the top. So you're gonna go ahead and drive up here, and just double jump onto this thing, double jump, and then boost, double jump, transform, and boost onto here. And this is where we're gonna be starting on the next section of it. But first, I'll show you some kind of backup strats for if that doesn't go well. So you might end up falling all the way down and landing up here, but if you're still struggling with that, there is a relatively easy way to get up, and that's with this ramp here in the middle. So the way you're gonna do that is just kind of drive down, boost, and then roll kind of at an angle. Except for you need to be going fast. That was too shallow of an angle. You need some speed to do this, and that means you need to be pretty horizontal, but you definitely want to keep the angle so that you can, actually get onto the platform. So I find it easier to roll to the right. If you find it easier to roll to the left, that's fine. But anyways, when you get down to here, you can go around the outside and go back up to the top. And then just kind of avoid the stuff that's sticking out from the ground. These pillars don't have collision, so you don't have to worry about them, but there is one more thing you have to jump over here, which is that little lip. And then jump, transform, boost, get up here, and now you're in the same position. I kind of want to show where my setup is for the next jump, and for that I am going to, real quick, enable mouse cursor on my transformers. Capture cursor, okay. Is that showing? No, it's not. Alright. Well, anyways, the place you want to aim for, or the place that I'm using for my visual cue, so you're right over there, where there's like a dip between the walls. What we're going to be doing here is we're going to be going through a wall. For that we need to build up a lot of speed. So we're going to go through this white wall here. So to do that we need a lot of speed, and then you have to roll and be in a specific part of the roll animation when you hit the wall. Basically you need to be upside down with the roll animation. And so I use that section of the wall as my visual cue, when I need to do my last roll before I hit the wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the top, build up a little bit of speed going down, jump off to the side, and then do 3 like full sideways rolls. And then I'm going to delay the 4th one until right as I go through that wall. So it's still pretty precise, and it's still definitely possible to miss it with this, but that is a much more consistent setup than just kind of winging it. So we're going to go ahead and see how that goes. Two, 3, delay. Yep, and there we go. That gets me right through the wall, and now I just use the dash to stop myself so that I don't go flying off the ledge, and I'm at the next section of the trick. Okay, so next up is a timing-based section, so I'm going to try and explain that before I do it, and I'll kind of review the timing afterwards. So you need to get down there, then hit a trigger. That'll start the dialogue for the invisible enemies room. Go out to the edge of that room, jump up, and kind of dash to stay on that wall, and ride the wall until it loads the next area. And if you're high enough and close enough to the wall, it won't teleport you to that area, and you can stay out of bounds. So the timing that I use for that is a dialogue-based timing. When you hit the trigger, Megatron's going to say something. The sentence ends with "now." After that, you want to wait about half a second, double jump and transform, and then before you dash, you want to wait, and you want to dash right as Breakdown starts his dialogue, which is Megatron. And if you can time that right, you will usually be able to stay out of bounds. It's a pretty tight timing, so it's not going to be 100% if you are... it'll be 100% if you time it right every time, but it's going to be difficult. And it's kind of a feel-based thing, so you might have to play around with it. But let's see if I can pull that off. Alright.
Move to that exit now.
Yep, and I got it. Alright, so now I'm here. Shit. It pushed me out. That's unfortunate. Alright, so I have to try again. I'm gonna kind of speed through the first part of it. But the timing was right. I just needed to move to the right after it after the area loaded, so that I could avoid falling off.
You're joking, right?
Yes, Breakdown. I am famous for my sparkling sense of humor.
Alright, so I screwed up the movement up at the top, so I'm going to do it from this way. Alright. I don't do this way often when I'm practicing. Usually I will just reset until I get the good movement at the top of the tunnel, just because it's a lot faster. Like, this is probably a good 10 seconds slower than getting the movement correct at the top. There's a lot of backtracking you have to do. Okay, let's try this again. 1, 2, 3, and then there. I didn't have enough speed. I don't know how I didn't have enough. That's weird. This setup is consistent, but you need to have enough speed. Most likely I turned off too soon and didn't jump quickly enough, so I didn't keep my downward momentum. This, like I said, this skip is still very hard, and it will take a while to get it consistently. Even I screw it up, and I put like 6 hours worth of testing to find all this stuff yesterday. So it is definitely not easy. There we go, straight through. Sometimes when you go through there, you'll also kind of get stuck on the wall, and only partially clip through. If that happens, just roll again as soon as it comes off of cooldown, and you should be able to get through.
Move to that exit now.
Megatron?
Okay, there we go.
Quickly.
Now we're here.
Use the batteries with
So I'm going to
target
dash
now.
forward, and then I'm going to hold boost, and then that'll push me up until I get all the way out of that wall. So here is the part where the skip can very much just die. If you hit the wrong section here, at least for me, I can't guarantee that it happens this way on every computer, it crashes. So the way you want to avoid that is be just like right to the left of this box, and then aim kind of down at the boxes down there. You want to aim at the corner of the second box. So there's like this one down here, then there's this little one there, and the bigger one. I aim right at the corner there, and then hold forward. And then that'll load that area. And you'll want to avoid going too far to the right because that will crash. And then down this way. Okay. Now here comes the big jump. This is, at least in my opinion, the hardest part of the skip. Because no matter what setup you do, it is just execution based. There's no way to get a visual cue for it, there's no audio cue for it, you just have to do it right. And that's, you need to jump from here all the way down to that platform over there. And then you need to stop on the platform. The jump is actually probably the easier part of it. Stopping on that platform is hard. You have a lot of speed. And so the way I do it is I jump, like I go forward, jump off a little bit past that pillar, right around here, do 3 horizontal rolls to the left, and then I let go of boost, hold backwards, and then as soon, like when I land on that platform, as soon as I get my dash cooldown up, I dash backwards to stop my speed. So we will see how this goes, if I can get it first try. 1, 2, 3. Got it. And then you want to quickly change into robot form. Next up, we're going to get on top of this thing. From here on out, it's relatively easy platforming. There's still parts that you can screw up, but from this point, this trick is much safer. Alright, so now we're up here. We need to get this thing doesn't actually exist, but we need to be down here. So from there, what you're going to want to do is something like this. Just jump down here, land, don't go in that hole. And then, let's see if I can do this. You want to go over there. Now you can do it totally safely, like this. Land over here. It's going to be a little bit faster to do it in movement. Let's see if I can see where I'm at. So it's going to be faster to do it in movement, so you're going to want to do it like this. And then roll sideways, just hold boost, and you'll be fine because you'll get stopped up here. Like this thing has collision, so you can go up here. Then there's an invisible wall there, but you can kind of just boost over it. And now you're basically done with the skip. You get over to here. When you go over this line or so, you're going to get the saving content trigger and restart checkpoint. And there you go. You are now at the at the fight with the like 3-shot rifle. That's the skip. It is. I hope that I showed that this skip is definitely not easy, but it can also definitely be done consistently. Like, if you put in the practice, the skip is 100% doable. There, like, you are going to mess it up sometimes, but it is not. It is not too scary. Like, there are definitely setups to do things, and I think that it should be pretty useful in single segment. So thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can throw them in the comments down below, or you can hit us up at the Discord for Transformers, which I will put a link down in the description. And I will see you some other time. Thank you.